Hello, everybody. It's Mark Gilliard again for AIM Country Music Television. My guest today is the lovely and talented Presley Tennant. The last time she was here, we talked about her song, Gamble on You. That one has done very well. I love that song. Her latest EP, 600 Miles, is shaping up to make quite an impact. She calls it California country, but I just call it Presley Tennant country. She's here today to talk about her new Christmas release, Hallelujah. Let's get her in here right now to talk about what might just be your new favorite Christmas song. Welcome, Presley. We're glad to have you back on the program.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. We're really excited to hear about your new Christmas release. But before we dive in too deep, I'd like to give you a chance to tell the audience about yourself, just a proper intro. Tell us all about you.
Hey guys, my name is Presley Tennant. I am a country music singer-songwriter from Southern California. It's called Norco, but no one ever knows where that's at, and they always think I'm up north. But I have been doing music since a very young age. I've been in the music industry since I was about 10 years old, in girl groups, and I learned everything about the music industry from a very young age, from rehearsals to songwriting to performing to recording, and that's where I really fell in love with what the music industry is. And I left that group and went solo, and I have been solo ever since. I ended up on season 16 of The Voice when I was 16 years old, and that was one of the most incredible experiences I think I ever had. And then after that, I found my way back, and I like to say I found my way back to my roots because I grew up listening to country music, and where I'm from, that's everything. Like, you can't go anywhere without somewhere playing country music, and so I felt like I found like a piece of home with me. And I think that's the most amazing feeling ever. And so I've been doing that ever since. And I've been writing so much. I'm out in Nashville about once a month. I'm here right now, just writing, working, releasing music very, very soon. And I'm very excited. But in the meantime, we got the Christmas song coming out so people can get a nice taste of what's to come very soon.
Fantastic. Well, Norco, that's like just across the mountains from LA, right? You're not really very far from LA, and you're really out in the middle of nowhere at the same time, aren't you?
Exactly. Everyone is so confused, and so it's always the conversation. It's like, oh, like where are you from? I'm like, oh, I'm from California, and they're all, what part? And I'm like, oh, like an hour from LA, and they're like, oh, like Ventura, and I'm like, no, like east, like Riverside area, and they're like, oh, Riverside, and I'm like, what? And then I have to go into the Norco, and then I'm like, Horsetown, USA. That's what everyone knows it as. They do know it, but I love it out there. And yeah, it's honestly not too far. It's about an hour if I'm lucky. If
Yeah, LA's that way.
now traffic, on an average day, probably an hour and a half to 2 hours to get out there.
I
Not
had no
very.
idea where Norco is either until I came across you. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, where is this place? And you find this little community of lots of ranches and desert kinds of areas. And it's probably a pretty good place to live out there.
It is my favorite place, I will say. I mean, besides Nashville, but I'm partial because it's where I grew up, and I know so many people there, and the community is just so supportive, and everyone knows each other, and I think that's the most beautiful thing about being in like a smaller town is like the community aspect. Um, and I don't know, it just makes me very happy, and like to see people, especially like I just found out recently that there was a small business from Norco and they just moved out here and they're doing incredible. And I'm like, I need to stop by there. I need to go say hello to my fellow Norconians.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's not that many of you guys. You got to get out there and let it know it's
Check
happening.
my calendar after this and just double check and see what's going on.
That's right. That's fantastic. Well, I think the that small community really is conducive to being happy and giving us lots of songs. So, like the last year, you've given us a whole bunch of music. That's the 600 Miles EP with 6 really good songs. You
Thank
released
you.
Break My Heart, Something in Orange, and the song we talked about on this show, Gamble on You. You're building quite a roster of really, really good music.
Thank you so much. It's really crazy to see even just like the progression from the past couple years till now because I felt like I mean I am only 21 now, but I still feel like I feel like from 18 to 21 it's like those are some big moments in your life where you learn a lot and you keep growing. And I feel like since then my life experiences like they've all just grown so much wider, and I'm able to write about that a lot more in my music and really show that in my artistry. And so this whole entire year I have been writing nonstop. There's so much new music coming out very soon. I'm so excited for everyone to finally hear it. And like, I've been sitting on these and I'm like, I need them to be out there. I'm so excited. I am just so thrilled, but also it's like I look back at the old projects and it's like, I don't know, it's just like a part of my life where I'm so grateful for it. Because I learned so much about myself, not only like as an artist, but as a person outside of it. And I think that that is one of the most incredible things about songwriting.
I know you write a ton of songs. Is it more conducive to you being in the peace and quiet of Norco, or do you more writing in the hustle and bustle of the whole community in Nashville? Where is it, or is it a combination? You know, where are you most productive?
I would say, oh, that's a difficult one, honestly, because I would say it's about right in the middle, but probably more towards Nashville. But I get all of my experiences for the most part out here or out in California because I mean that's where I'm basically stationed at. And so it's so, and so I gather all these ideas and whether I'm starting them or I finish them, but it's like I bring them out to Nashville and it's just a different perspective on it, with like the Nashville machine coming in. And I think that is so cool. I feel so inspired every single time I come out here. And like I was saying earlier, how I leave Nashville and then I like go into like this depression mode where I'm like, I need to get back out there now. No, not actually, but I definitely count down the days. And to come back out here and just put all these thoughts into songs to like at the next level. I love writing by myself, but also I really love co-writing because it just opens up the horizon that you can expand on within something.
Oh, exactly. I mean, the you think of country music as being, kind of laid back, just in
Mhm.
general, but the atmosphere in Nashville around all the other artists is just electric. There's just ideas in the air, much less getting together and talking to people.
I
You're just
swear
around so much.
I swear everyone here, they pull lyrics and song titles out of thin air, and I'm like, it is the most incredible thing to ever see. If no one has ever seen it before, or even like been to Nashville, you will experience it. You'll just feel the magic in the air, I swear.
Yeah, it's a songwriter town.
Yeah.
Well, since it's a Christmas season, we want to shine a light on, all the interesting new Christmas releases. And the one you have for us today is Leonard Cohen's classic Hallelujah. Um, it's the one that has the more Christmas lyrics, though, correct?
Yeah. So I remember I was kind of going back and forth on what songs I wanted to do. Uh, but I think the beauty about Christmas is the real true meaning behind Christmas. Um, And so that was something that I was very passionate about wanting to portray that. Like last year around this time, I put out How Great Thou Art. That's one of my favorite songs of all time. And so, um, and I wanted to do something along the same lines. And when I came across um, the version of Hallelujah Christmas by Cloverton, it was just, I was so moved by it. And so I was like, I would love to do something like this. And so I recorded it and I put it out there, and I'm so excited. And I don't know, it's just spreading the true message of Christmas, and I think that's the most important part.
Yeah, well, this song is a showcase for the story, but it's also really a showcase for your vocals.
Well, thank you.
I'd love to play it for our friends right now. That cool?
Oh yeah.
All right. You're watching Presley Tennant's video for Hallelujah on AIM Country Music Television.
I've heard about this baby boy who's come to earth to bring us joy, and I just wanna sing this song to you. It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. With every breath I'm singing hallelujah. days for you were coming soon, yeah. There was no room for them to stay, so in a manger filled with hay, God's only son was born. Oh, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. I know you came to rescue me. This baby boy would grow to be a man and one day die for me and you, yeah. My sins would drive the nails in you. That rugged cross was my cross too. Still every breath you drew was hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
Well done. This song really does show how powerful your vocals can be, especially near the end when you jump up that octave and it's not a falsetto, it's that full-throated, powerful, clear vocal. Who wouldn't love that?
Thank you so much. That one was a fun one. I remember I was in my drummers. This sounds so funny because I'm back in California, and so my drummer has a studio, but it's set up in his closet, and so I always I'm just sitting in his closet. I'm like, there's all the clothes. Like I'm picking out his outfit for the next day. But then the product of it is so cool. I walk out and he's like full production, and so it was a very fun process to record.
It came out great. I'm personally proud of that one.
Thank you so much.
Well, we can't call this done until you've told us where we can buy or listen to all your music, including the new Christmas music, along with where to find you online and any live performances you might have coming.
So you can find me on all streaming platforms under Presley Tennant, or you can go to my website, which is presleytennant.com, and that links everything from new music to social media to show dates to everything that you can think of along those lines. Everything is there. If someone wants to contact me, it is there and it goes directly to me. So I can't wait to chat with everyone.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for coming on the program. It's been great seeing you again, Presley. And
thank you so much.
And Merry Christmas.
It's so wonderful to see you too, and have a Merry Christmas as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, Presley Tennant. So, what do you guys think? Is Hallelujah going to be your new favorite Christmas song? This has been Mark Gilliott for AM Country Music Television. Thank you for watching.